This is the Elizabeth Haysom murders back in April of '85 in Bedford County. It was tried in Bedford County, and this is diplomat son then, Jens Zorings, who's serving time for the murders of Elizabeth Haysom's mother and father, Nancy and Derry. Um, they fled to England, and they were brought back by the United States with the understanding they would not face the death penalty. These are mind control students. They went to school at Virginia, University of Virginia. Um, their attorney made a statement that if he represented them, he wouldn't get a job again. And after the trial, his license was jerked, and he was trying to find work in Florida. These people all know the truth. I better not get into that. They're close here, so where I'm trying to live, I'm having a rough time. But I also wanted to say that this man, Hassan, was born here in Roanoke and went to school in Virginia Tech, which is only about 60 miles, maybe 40 or 60 from Roanoke. He was born in Roanoke. He went on to become a psychiatrist, and suddenly he goes from looking like this to looking like this. He couldn't represent himself because he didn't know he'd been programmed. Now then, my point is, it says here, how to prevent another Fort Hood shooting. First of all, you've got to admit that mind control is being used as a weapon, and it's mass at this point, and who's using it? And it's the United States, an agency of the United States. But the people have let it happen. I started telling this in, way back in '70. But the Wayne Williams murders in Atlanta in '78 through '80, that they carried on CNN so many times updated. Anyway, that was mind control. Now then, this is, I don't have an order. This happened over many years with me living on the Appalachian Trail, starving, freezing, everything in the book done to me, every law broken, and telling people about it. Carrying around a Hustler magazine where he had endorsed me in a campaign because he was shot, and said so in the endorsement, and the one that shot him was programmed. So anyway, this is the Century 7/16/13. That was the day that the paper printed it. But this was Century 16 in Aurora, Colorado, and James Holmes. And look what they did to him. He's in a psych hospital. He wishes he was dead because mind control has nothing to do with mental illness. They're using it as a weapon. They program you. They could do that way back. It was the Tesla information documents that were stolen. They can cure an illness, or they can cause it, or they can program your child at an early age, change it, modify the behavior, decision making, all that, or program them to go out and shoot, be a pilot, take down a plane. But anyway, the Jens Zorings is in Buckingham State Prison in Virginia and Dillwyn. They are innocent. They were very nice people. I'm sure that his father's still alive. He would like to see him back in Germany. This is out of Project Lucid. They're talking about mind control, what I'm talking about, only I was telling it a long time before anybody. Now then, you can Google, or you can download from YouTube on MK Ultra and Monarch Project, all these mind control projects that tell who's doing part of it. I know who's done this, and they meant for me to. I had no say-so over it. I'm trying to live. It's your top investigative team, and they can get something on anybody. Anybody's got something to hide, or everybody. How can you blame them, though, when the American people sit by and watched it. They didn't march. They didn't do anything. They just wanted me dead. Somehow that was supposed to solve it. Anyway, this is Timothy McVeigh, who fought in the war for this country. He told people he had a chip put in him by the military up his rear, and he did. And they had him blow up Oklahoma, the bombing, and he was put to death, and Terry Nichols is still there. This is William, who's the illegal, he's not the legal heir, and they're talking about here that he has a spokesman, says that he has a chip in him. So this is a weapon that involves taking your civil rights away, your mind, ability to use your mind, make free choice away. Talk about civil rights. I'm going to show another one here, and you have to wonder why this one hasn't. This is Heidi Childs and Metzer. David was, I don't know if his boyfriend or just close friend, but they went to Virginia Tech also. And they were out in the National Forest near there, Jefferson, and they were gunned down with rifles and killed in August of '09. And I think the father has retired now. This is Eric Rudolph, who did the Appalachian Trail, and they finally got him in Murphy, North Carolina, years later. Anyway, he was programmed to do the Olympic Park bombing and Alabama abortion bombing. He's another guy that's innocent, that's paying for a crime he didn't commit. Here's Obama during the Martin Luther King about a week ago, they got the bail up from Alabama, Birmingham, and that's quite because they never mentioned me, because if they did, the whole thing would fall, all of it. It's too many people involved in what they're using. Alabama's where they took me when I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace, gave me another name of a twin that was dead, and they've committed every atrocity you can think of, a torture chamber, Huntsville, Alabama, and they bring a bell from Alabama and celebrate civil rights. That's sick, man. Because I'm one person that was used to go out and slaughter the world, use the Brits to fight their wars. And this is Clinton, Obama, Mrs. Obama, and Jimmy Carter. So there's a whole other story there. I used to think he was a good guy, Jimmy, and Andrew Young, no. I seem to have dropped something. Let me pick it up. I'm running out of time, so I'm going to finish it on the second one here in a minute, and it's up to you if you want to do something about it. This is JFK, and they covered up his murder in Martin Luther King. It's the agency that did it. And also, JFK, it would lead back to my kidnapping from England and his dad being a part of it. His dad was ambassador to England then when they took out my father. But Martin Luther King, that was programmed person that shot him, and it's the agency that did it, and JFK. This is the illegal monarch. She should be tried for war crimes. She represents the United States, not Great Britain. And she's illegal, most of all, as was her father. And I'm going to stop here and continue on another tape.